Well, that was Caught in Time by Abigail Zealy-Bess, and yeah, we really enjoyed that here. We're not so au fait with baseball. I find it one of the more boring American sports. I don't know about you, but this kind of gave it some kind of poetic, artistic, gave it kind of like a poetic nature to the game. You can see why people, you know, people call football the beautiful game. I saw the same thing in this film, you know, but the only difference was that there was no actual baseball being played. It was just some nutcase in a suit jumping up and down doing like, yeah.
Well, apparently he was acting out what was apparently the last game of that particular season, according to the blurb that we had.
So he wasn't just a mentalist?
No, he was sort of, I think he was just sort of carrying out what he probably was one of the best games that he's ever sort of officiated at. And it was quite interesting that it was actually told from the point of view of the umpire, which, you know, doesn't often happen when you have like, films about sport. They're usually about the players because they're the ones with the ego and they're the ones that are generally more interesting. Yes. But this was actually quite interesting because it wasn't that, it was something about the umpire. It was a character you wouldn't normally know something about.
If you think you can do better or as well, what do they have to do?
You have to send in your work to Shortcutters, PO Box 4047, London W1A 6PZ. And remember to go onto our website at www.shortcutters.tv. And if you do, maybe you can discuss this next little VT, because we're now going to pass back over to Adsky and Chris outside at some theatre in the middle of London.
I'm home. Mummy. Looking absolutely fabulous tonight. Tell us about your role. Your Sumo TV. I'm sorry about the popcorn, that's me. I'll offer you some of that in a moment. What was it like making this movie, and tell us a little bit about your role?
It was great fun. It was just, you know, a big, loud, brash, kind of bold movie. And Zach is a brilliant director. He knows absolutely what he wants, and it's uncompromising vision. So it's great. It's great fun.
You obviously want to work with him again, then?
I wouldn't mind working with Zach.
Okay, fantastic. Now, the probably the most important question here tonight: when you go into a movie, sweet popcorn or salty popcorn?
Mixed.
Mixed. Okay, yes. Fantastic.
No
now, would you like to try some of this?
I'm all right.
It's sweet.
Okay.
You don't want it to get on your teeth. Certainly
not. No, not yet.
The joys of being allowed in at premieres, seeing the stuntmen, the extras, the Spartans, fine body of men. Are you jealous, guys? Do you wish you were here, where I am right now? Do you want me to see if I can get one of these young men back in the studio for you? So this movie is quite an epic. Is this going to be a continuation of like the classics, Ben-Hur, that sort of thing? Are you going to continue with these brilliant movies like that?
You know, to make another
yeah, just
epic.
Continue with these sort of historical...
The next thing I'm doing is a graphic novel, another graphic novel which was written by Alan Moore called Watchmen. Okay. So not necessarily an epic in the sword and sandals sense, but it is an epic in the superhero sense.
Okay, and is this you reliving your childhood through films?
Reliving? I think I'm still doing it. Yeah. You know, that's the problem. You know, it's a great job. You know, like going out and pretending to fight. You know, like having everyone grab rubber swords and like beat each other with them.
You mean they weren't real?
You know, they tend not to like it when we whack each other with real swords, just for insurance purposes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I get you.
It's that whole thing. So they make us use rubber, but it's okay. It allows us. We only had to, you know, because it's a CGI movie. We only had 25 guys versus 25 guys, and half the time they were Persians, and half the time they were Spartans, and sometimes we would switch them because. You know, you only have the 25, but you don't want to keep seeing the same guy over and over.
Is that a problem in continuity? So if we really finally look at the film, we might see the guys repeated?
Well, you'll absolutely see some of the Persians on the Spartan side and some of the Spartans on the Persian side, if you look carefully.
I'm getting confused. Spartans, Persians, Spartans. I mean, what do you think of these Spartans here tonight?
They look pretty good. They look pretty good. I think they look serious, that's for sure.
Was there a lot of training in preparation for the film?
Yeah, we did 10 weeks of training. We did sword and spear and shield work with fantastic stunt crew. You know, really.
Are you in top shape now?
No, it's all gone again. You know, but, well, I'm I'm doing a job in Romania with Joel Schumacher at the moment, but after that I'm going to be playing Bobby Sands, so I'm going to have to lose a lot of weight. So there's no point me really going to the gym anymore.
Okay. But you've still probably got the skills, so if I attacked you suddenly with a banana,
I'd take that microphone out. Yeah, you'd probably just knock me out with a banana, actually.
We came, we saw, we threw popcorn all around the red carpet. It's been fabulous. We've done the official media pen, interviews with people, celebs, 1 or 2 members of the public as well. I'm going to go home now and dream of being a Spartan.
There we go. That was a nice little VT there from the 300 premiere. All
Yes.
those stars on Shortcutters.
Yes, excellent stuff here. You won't find that on any other show on this channel. Anyway, yes, thanks a lot for tuning in. As always, if you've got any films you'd like to send to us, the address is Shortcutters, PO Box 4047, London W1A 6PZ.
Yes, and remember to go onto our website, which is www.shortcutters.tv. Go onto our forum there, and you can chat to us, and we will talk to you as well.
Yes, because we have very little else to do. Anyway, all that's left to say is goodbye. We'll see you next week, and oh look, a sailboat!
I don't see it. I don't see it.
This is a paid presentation from JCM Direct. Fed up with hours of vacuuming agony, dragging, connecting and juggling different vacuums? Wish you could clean any mess on any surface? Well, now you can. Introducing the StarLife Cyclonic Vac, the world's first 3-in-1 cyclonic cleaning system. And today, you'll discover why the StarLife Cyclonic Vac is twice as fast, twice as quiet and twice as light for a fraction of the cost. You'll see it transform from an upright to a portable to a stick vacuum in seconds. You'll witness the StarLife Cyclonic Vac devour nasty messes on carpets, wood, lino and tile like a hungry animal. Plus, find out why people all over the world are calling the StarLife Cyclonic Vac the future of cleaning. Here to tell us more, Debbie James.
That's right, it is the future of cleaning. Here to tell us more, a cleaning expert himself, please welcome Joe Campanelli. Hi, Joe.